Welcome, Video Log Project, Management of Media Organization, from idea to screen, a comparative study of TVS and multimedia entertainment film production, prepared for Dr. Izzati Aziz. Have you ever thought about how many types of media we encounter every day? From newspapers and television news to social media platforms, media plays an important role in the way we receive information and entertainment. But did you know that films are also a form of media? Unlike news media, films have different goals, production processes, and operational mechanisms. So what makes them different? And are there any similarities between them? In this video, we'll take a closer look at two different types of media organizations. TVS Creative Content Department and Multimedia Entertainment Film Production Team. Through interviews and analysis, we'll explore how they create content, manage production, and operate within the media industry. Let's dive in and discover what happens behind the screens. Let's begin by introducing the two organizations. TVS is a television broadcasting company that produces various forms of content for public audiences, including news, entertainment, and informational programs. As a television-based media organization, TVS focuses on delivering content that is timely, relevant, and engaging. On the other hand, Multimedia Entertainment SDN BHD specializes in film production. Unlike television content, film production often involves longer production periods, extensive planning, and a stronger emphasis on storytelling and cinematic experiences. Despite operating in different sectors, both organizations share the common goal of creating content that effectively reaches and engages audiences. We interview Puan Mashle Namri, Mr. Kyo Chiang.
Good day everyone, my name is Miza Khalida. I will talk more about chapter 1, which I will introduce. Our research focuses on comparing the operational models of TVS Creative Content Department and Multimedia Entertainment Sdn within Malaysia's broadcast and film production industry. So the media and entertainment industry has experienced rapid growth due to digital technology, changing audience preferences and the increasing demand for creative content. So as content production organizations continue to evolve, understanding how different companies manage their operations, production processes, and business strategies become increasingly important. So this study examines two organizations that operate in the creative content industry and explore both their similarities and differences. So the significance of this research lies in its contribution to a better understanding of industry practices. So by identifying effective operational approaches and management strategies, the finding can provide useful insights for media practitioners, content producers, and students who are interested in the broadcasting and entertainment sector. In terms of content production workflows and team operations, so the second one is to examine the differences in their production mechanism, commercial operations, and also the project management approaches, and maybe also the risk control strategies. So the scope of this study focuses specifically on these two organizations and relies on interview data that we collected from the industry professionals. So we did interview with two industry professionals. So the research does not cover the entire Malaysian media industry, but instead provides a focused comparison of the selected institution. Our report will organize into the 5 chapters. So the first one is introduction, followed by the theoretical framework. Another one is research methodology, analysis of similarities and differences, and also concluding with the research findings and industrial implications. So that's it. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I will briefly compare the TVS Creative Content Department and the Multimedia Entertainment Film Production Team, focusing on key ideas and the industry context. First of all, convergence culture theory simply means content now moves across different platforms. TVS mainly adapts by expanding traditional TV content to OTT platforms and social media. In contrast, the Multimedia Entertainment Film Production Team plans for this from the start, designing projects for multi-platform distribution and promotion. Second, in terms of organization theory, TVS follows a more traditional and hierarchical system where decisions go through multiple levels. This ensures stability but can be slower. On the other hand, the multimedia entertainment film production team uses a more flexible project-based structure, allowing quicker decisions but with higher uncertainty. This shows that content production is shaped not only by technology but also by how organizations are structured and how decisions are made. From an industry perspective, traditional media like TVS is facing declining viewership and strong digital competition. Meanwhile, independent production teams face a smaller market, higher risks, and rely heavily on the success of each project. Overall, the above content sets up the key differences between the two organizations.
Hello everyone. In chapter 3, I present the finding from interview conducted with representative from the TVS Creative Content Department, Multimedia Entertainment. The purpose of this interview was to identify similarity in content production, workflow, and operational strategies between a television broadcaster and a film production company. For the first one, research design and interview method. The study used qualitative approach through semi-structured interview. The first interview was conducted online via Google Meet with Puan Mazlin Ramli, executive producer of TVS Creative Content Department. The second interview was conducted face-to-face with Mr. Kyu Chiang, head producer of Multimedia Entertainment. And then the second one, introduction of organization. TVS is a television broadcasting station that produces content for television, OTT platform, and social media. Meanwhile, Multimedia Entertainment is a film production company that also produces drama, commercial, television programs, and concerts. Although they operate in different sectors, both organizations are involved in media content production. And then for the similarity in content production workflow, the interview finding reveal several similarities in their content production workflow. Both organizations begin with idea development and planning, followed by evaluation and approval process before production begins. They also rely on a teamwork and structured production management during content creation. Finally, both organizations evaluate content performance based on audience response and business outcomes. And then for the fourth one, similarity in team operation in industry operation strategies. The interview also shows similarity in team operation industry strategy. Both organizations use audience and market research to guide decision making. They balance creativity with commercial objective, emphasize teamwork and collaboration, and continuously adapt to change in audience behavior and digital technology. In addition, both organizations recognize the growing importance of digital platform and data-driven strategy in media industry. So in conclusion, despite operating in different sectors of the media industry, TVS Multimedia Entertainment shares similar approach in content production, team management, audience engagement, and strategic planning. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sahira. So now we're going to delve more into chapter 4, which is the key differences between TVS and Multimedia Entertainment Sdn Bhd. So the interviews revealed major differences between TVS and Multimedia Entertainment Sdn Bhd. So for example, the content production. So TVS followed a structured top-down approach where content ideas are guided by management, research, and organizational goals. In contrast, however, Multimedia Entertainment uses a flexible, market-driven model where producers, directors, or writers can pitch projects based on audience demand and profitability. Now, for commercial and audience operations, as a state-linked broadcaster, TVS balances public service responsibilities with commercial goals, using audience data and ratings to guide decisions. However, multimedia entertainment focuses mainly on revenue, market trends, audience preferences, and box office potential. Now, we're going to take a look at project management and risk control. So, TVS manages risk through formal approval processes, research, and institutional planning. However, multimedia entertainment relies on the producer's expertise to handle challenges such as scheduling issues, weather, sponsorship requirements, and market uncertainties. Now, lastly, the root causes of differences. So, these differences stem from their organizational nature, revenue models, target audiences, operational structures, and industry roles. Now, TVS operates as a broadcaster serving public interest, while multimedia entertainment functions as an independent content producer focused on commercial success. So that is all from me for this Thank you.
Hello everyone, it's Wang Lingyi. To conclude our study, we found that both TVS and multimedia entertainment depend heavily on teamwork, communication, and audience understanding. Although they operate in different sectors, both organizations need strong collaboration to produce successful content. However, their management approaches are quite different. TVS follows a more structured system. Content ideas go through research, planning, and several approval stages before production. This helps the organization manage large-scale operations across television, OTT platforms, and social media. On the other hand, multimedia entertainment uses a more flexible and project-based approach. The producer explained that film projects often face challenges such as weather, actor schedules, and market uncertainty. So quick decision-making is very important. These findings can be explained by two theories we learned in class. First, human relations theory highlights the importance of teamwork and communication. This was clearly reflected in both organizations. Second, structural contingency theory suggested that there is no single best way to manage an organization. Different organizations require different management styles based on their goals and operating environments. One interesting point from the interviews is that both organizations placed audiences at the center of their decisions. TVS relies on audience research and engagement data, while multimedia entertainment focuses on market trends and audience preferences when selecting projects. Overall, our research shows that successful media management is not about using the same strategy everywhere. Instead, this is about adapting to changing industry conditions while meeting audience needs. Thank you very much.